Hi guys, I just want to do a quick review today of the sundial experiment that I showed you guys in yesterday's work. So just taking a quick look at it, I did this in April and I was lucky enough to have an April day where I had mostly sun. Unfortunately in the afternoon the sun went away and then we got some rain and it kind of messed up the last part of my experiment, but it worked out not too bad in the end. So remember that you don't have to do this experiment, but if you do, please send me pictures. I'd love to see them. Here was my sundial I showed you guys yesterday, and it's just basically just a pen sticking out of a piece of paper, and I put it in a box so that the pen would stay nice and straight up and down. Then I put my, my sundial out in the sun, and every hour I went and checked on it. So at 8 a.m. it was all through here, and it went actually right off, the shadow went right off the page. The same thing happened at 9. Sorry, there's that 8 o'clock one. 9, it also went off the page, but it had moved a little bit this way. At 10, it was shorter. It was still on the page, and it had continued to move in this direction. At 11 o'clock, you can see that my shadow got shorter and continued to move in this direction to up and to the right. At 12 o'clock, it was even shorter, and once again, up and to the right. At 1 o'clock, it was about the same length as it was when it was at 12 o'clock. And then unfortunately, I had a little bit of time where I couldn't get to it, or couldn't see the shadow because of the clouds. But at 2:30, you can see that the shadow started to get a little bit longer again. 12 and 1 were these short ones, and 12:30 got a little bit longer, but continued to move to the right like this. And then I had lots of clouds, and finally at 4:30 I was able to get out and see the sun again. And you can see at 4:30 the the shadow continues to get even longer and more over here to the right. Unfortunately at that point my my experiment had to end because some rain started coming down. If I would have left it longer, the shadow would have continued to move this way and continued to get longer. And the question on today's assignment is why? Why does the shadow move the way that it moves during the day? And it has to do with the movement of the earth compared to the sun. When the earth is turning towards the sun comes up in the east, right? So we are our position on earth compared to the sun is with the sun in the sky to the east. Remember that the sun doesn't move, it's us that moves. But for us, it looks like the sun is moving because it's changing its place in the sky. Now, when it's low, the shadow on the pen is long because the sun is quite low compared to the pen. As the day goes on, the sun gets higher in the sky, and you can see because the sun gets higher, the shadow gets shorter. As the day goes to the afternoon and into the evening, the sun starts to get lower in the sky compared to where we are, and so that's why the shadow starts to lengthen again. Now these types of sundials were timekeeping devices in the olden days before we had the newer clocks and watches like we have today. And you'll notice wherever it was, the sun will always move the shadow so it goes like this. And if we look at today's clocks, they continue to move this way. We call this clockwise, right? When something is moving in a circle in this direction, and this is where it comes from. It comes from when we had clocks that moved like this. So why does the shadow change? Well, it all has to do with where the sun is in the sky. When the sun is low, the shadows are long. When the sun is high, the shadows are short. And then because of the way the earth turns, the shadow always moves in a clockwise direction. All right, guys, hopefully that helps. Make sure that you answer the question after this video, and have a great day.